handing me the mic. Actually, I am a bit nervous because the same stage will be, we'll have the honor to have Sanjay Manjurekar and yesterday Rahul Bose on the same stage. So it makes you nervous, what are the expectations from the session. And then I was also observing the last session. So I don't need to say anything. I mean, the leaders here know better than me. So maybe we make it more interactive. I know there's less light there, so it's easy to hide. But the more we interact on this session, the outcome will be better. So my name is Mrinal. I'm heading the Sanofi Hyderabad GCC. It's about 3,500 people there, almost covering most of the functions of Sanofi. A lot of processes are end-to-end as well now. We started about 6 years back, but we're very small for the first 4 years because of the COVID, also trying to understand whether we will still exist after COVID ends. But the last 2 years have been significantly growth years, and we've moved from 400 to 3,500 in just less than 2 years. Okay, so the topic is the future of GCC talent management. I just want to tell a story around it. This year, when I was filling my appraisal in Workday, and I'm sure everyone uses a different system or Workday, it gave me an option to fill my appraisal through AI, a coach, and then I entered 3-4 bullet points. It gave me a large summary of what you've done as a GCC site head. And I was like, wow, I didn't even remember. Okay, yes, this is what I can enter. So I just did a copy-paste, but that doesn't end there. I'm sure my manager will have a similar tool to analyze what I wrote and then provide her feedback. Does everyone agree to this? Yeah? So I think that's the future of talent we're talking about. AI talking to AI, AI doing things for us, and then we become less and less and less creative, and will forget email writing one fine day. When I started working, I was told, learn Excel. Excel in Excel if you want to excel. Does anyone resonate to that? At least one hand is up. So you guys are telling me without Excel, you've excelled till, and you are here where you are. Is that right? Without Excel? Exactly. So when I excelled in Excel, I was told that PowerPoint, you have to excel in PowerPoint to excel. You need to make the presentations very nice, just few words, only pictures, and need to talk through it. The talking points should be, remembered by heart. I tried doing that as well, and I think I was successful. Again, I got a promotion. Most of us here would have done a lot of work on presentations, given the generation we are coming from. Sorry, I'm generalizing, but when I saw everyone here, I felt it's almost similar age as I am. So I'm hoping that everyone agrees there. Then when I did this, I was told, what you're doing is mostly tactical. It's not strategic in nature. So try doing something or understand the strategic part of it. How many of you have heard of this feedback? At least one hand, 2 hands up. Thank you for supporting, more hands. I think there's a journey that I observed from Excel to PowerPoint to strategic thinking, and then very recently storytelling. How do you tell your story? You must be doing great in your GCCs. I'm doing great at my GCC, but what is it that I tell to my stakeholders? Do they really believe in it? Are they interested in it? So then storytelling became very important. So that's what I'm trying to master now. There was another aspect that was added, and which we've been doing all our life. Most of us have like 20 plus years of GCC experience, and all of us have worked with global stakeholders in these last 20 years. But we are still told that intercultural awareness or working with multicultures is very important. And that's the theme of what we are doing now. We are developing our talent to work with different culture. And I heard someone saying, start saying no. And that's a very important element. But have you ever tried doing that, saying no, and then how it comes back and says, are you sure? So there was this intercultural training that we were doing where there was a scale, and I work for a French company. So French on one side and Indians on one side, where there was a conversation style and then the rating was done. The conversation was, oh, one of the system points is not working fine, and we have to work on a Saturday. So this was coming from a French colleague. The Indian colleague said, okay, we'll try. Then this person says, okay, so you'll be there at what time? And this person says, it's my son's birthday. Oh, great, congratulations. So what, and then this person says, thank you for understanding. So the understanding was, French guy was thinking that this guy will come because he didn't say an explicit no. And Indian was saying, it's my son's birthday, so I won't be there, please understand. So different words, different sentences means different things for different cultures. This is what we are trying to learn now. I have a few slides, but just wanted to share this context before that. The slides, whatever is written, all of us know, all of us have experienced that in the past. A couple of questions for everyone to answer and think about it more retrospectively as well. We're talking about talent management. How many of us say that we are managing the talent when we are saying that our GCCs are around capabilities now? We don't say that we are enabling capability. And that's a very important question to understand. Are we just saying, okay, EVP, someone spoke about EVP, employee value proposition. Now, some people may want a vertical growth in their career. Some people may just want a flexibility, and I want to work only 2 days from office. And some people may want, okay, I just need higher salary, whatever level you give me. Are we just managing those conversations? Or are we really looking at how can we grow that talent to enable the capabilities at the GCCs? This is a very important question to answer. Again, coming from a pharma company, the purpose of our organization is very important for us. We care. We are in the care business. We chase the miracles of science to make people's life better. Now, this is proudly what I can say, that one thing I keep hearing from the youngsters these days is they want to work for a purpose. They don't want to work for a function. And are we able to connect them to the purpose of the organization? Now, every organization will have a different purpose. I was talking to, I think, Marriott in the morning, and then it was more hospitality. So we were just sort of in a conversation which company's culture is better, ours or theirs. But of course, every company has their own culture. Also, there is a lot of conversation around AI, around innovation. Now, do we call our employees as innovators or just operators? We can talk a lot about innovation in this closed room, outside, have case studies, but unless we start involving our people, unless we start telling them that you are innovators and get those ideas from them, I don't think that culture change will happen. So that conversation becomes very important of telling them that this is not just operations, it's being innovative here. Another important thing, I'm sure everyone here would have a sort of an employee survey for their organizations. Is there any company who doesn't do it? No, so I'll take that as a no. We recently conducted it, fantastic scores on engagement. But are we really translating those feedback that we get into concrete actions from engagement surveys that we get? And how seriously do we take it? If we have to prioritize, do we prioritize improving a KPI or improving the engagement of employees? And these are all retrospective questions, as I said. Just think about it. And we've all gone through this journey. I'm sure most of the I know there are GCCs that have been set up 25 years back, 20 years back, 5 years back. Most of them have either gone through this journey or are going through this journey. From cost to capability to competence and then co-creation. Again, someone said about having a seat on the table. I feel for having that seat on the table, you need to have those capabilities, you need to have that competence. Now, India as a country is blessed with the population that we have, with the English-speaking population we have, and the balance that comes from the technical background that most of our folks sitting here have some, IIT or a good engineering institute degree or a STEM degree. Now that combination is very rare to find in any other country and at the scale that we offer in India. We have the competence then in that case, right? A lot of the global CEOs that we talk about now for IT firms like Microsoft, Google, Citibank, they are Indians, which means the competence is there. It's proven. The case rests there. Are we able to, again, going back to the same story, are we able to tell that story to our stakeholders? Are we able to say that this is what we can do and this is where we can draw a line? That becomes very important. Again, just going back quickly, yesterday's drivers, maybe for most of us, were security, pay, designation. Now, people ask for purpose, flexibility, growth. And growth is not just vertical. Growth is also, are we able to help people understand what are the products, what is the strategy, what is the vision that the company has, and how can they expand their competence. So it's not just going vertical up, but also what can they do in different aspects. Cross moves, doing different gigs, understanding what is their interest lies in. Again, 4 Ps that just came up with: purpose, progress, people, pride. If you get this combination right, that's where people are there to stay. The Fevicol ka majboot jod can happen if these 4 Ps are there for people. Again, leadership, I just wanted to ask another thing. What is the longest duration? Let's identify the person who spent the longest time with their organizations. Any hands up for 10 years? Okay, I see 1, 2, a few hands up for 10 years. 20 years? Oh, wow, that's rare to see in India. Okay, 25 years? Okay, the GCC didn't, it was just starting up. But yeah, so what is that one factor that made you stay? And you raised your hand if you want to speak about it. Yeah.
I think it's the growth, right? And along the way, and that's what I was also trying to say when I was on the stage, a part of our case study, is that once you kind of get that sense of being an owner of what you are working or delivering, and of course the organization has to reciprocate. They have to make you feel like, you are the owner of it, right? This is your business to run. And then you get awards or rewards or penalties or whatever, punishments, etc. It's all part of the game. So I think that's been the driver for me.
Absolutely. You spoke about empowerment, you spoke about evolution. Anyone who stayed in an organization where there was empathy was missing, and I see someone, yeah.
No, I think I was actually trying to add to the previous one. I had 2 10-year stints. So the current one, which I just completed 10 years, and the previous one I completed 13 years. Just to add, the gentleman, I think the one which encourages us to stay back is to see if you have potential opportunities to take up new challenges with the technology evolution, new business functions that you can lead. And thankfully, I think I know I've got enough opportunities in my current and the previous organization. Every 2 years, and I've been leading a new function. So that way, I think you can always not think about vertical growth, but I think horizontally, you could do a lot of new, incubate new initiatives, incubate new functions. I think as long as you have that room, I think it serves the purpose. Thank you.
Absolutely bang on. I think that's what we were talking about, the cross moves as well. So all of that is what makes people stay. And I don't need to say that. I think all of us here, when we were doing the last exercise, were saying the exact same thing in different words. So again, as you said, growth, autonomy, how I can enable the projects that I'm working on, purpose and recognition, rewards that you mentioned. All of that is what the talent will make stay and make the Fevicol work. This is what I wanted to speak about, the future of talent. But again, some more questions to end with, retrospectively, just thinking about it, think about it. Are we designing the work around efficiency or around experience? Experience is very important for any employee to stay, including us. If we are not recognized for the work that we are doing, we will start looking out. All of us here, maybe one or two for a different reason, but most of us will start looking out. So can we start building on that experience for people? If talent is truly our biggest asset, are we investing in their growth or just their output? And someone spoke about the development plans, individual development plans. Here it becomes very tricky to answer. Do we own their development plans or they own their development plans? I think it's the employees because it has to come from them, but we need to guide them, coach them, mentor them. What is it that they can do, they can explore, and understand where their interest lies? Are we measuring engagement rigorously as performance? Again, my last question, what do we prioritize if we have to prioritize between KPIs and the engagement? Are our leaders inspiring purpose or enforcing a process? Now, this will be hands on heart. How often do we talk about the purpose of our organizations to our people? And someone was saying town hall and some of the other communication. Do we do it enough? Anyone who says we do it enough? No, I think people are, yeah, you do it enough, Appella, thank you, and Marriott. But also, I know everyone is waiting for Sanjay's session, next session. And I was fortunate enough to given this slot so that people are here in full strength for waiting for that session. But just to conclude, will your people remember this as a place that build their careers or just their calendars? This is a very important point. Are we helping them building their careers and thereby letting them stay with the organization? Or are we just filling their calendars, do this, and this is your KPI, this is what you need to fulfill from a performance perspective? So I rest my case here. I'm well within time. Thank you, everyone, for listening patiently.